Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and again playing Star Citizen 323, now with the event Invictus around the corner. Just a few more hours, you will be able to access the event. It's over at Area 18. Just follow the signs. You will just have to take one of these little ferry ships, and it will drop you in the hall where you will have the event, where you can buy and rent for a couple days a variety of ships. Each day it's going to be changing, and usually there's some new ship being sold. Now it's going to be the Medical Ursa land vehicle being sold, newly introduced. And yeah, I'm not going to buy it. It's like 45-50 bucks, I believe it's going for. I don't know, maybe it makes sense for you. One of the good things though is that for all medical beds, we will now be able to use those to respawn. So if you have a C8R Pisces, which has a medical bed, you will be able to use that to respawn at a certain distance, not very far away, but that's a good thing. More options are always good, especially more time-saving options, such as using these beds, which, I mean, made no sense not to have that as an option already, but now it's being introduced, and that's good. As I always say, I mention both the good and the bad. At least the way I see it, this is definitely good. Now, of course, there's going to be some upset people that want you to lie dead waiting for them to rescue you, and that sucks for them. It sucks even more for most of us that don't have anyone coming to our rescue when we need them, so the option of using a bed when we don't want to engage in medical role-playing, I at least appreciate that. Now, this video, though, is about something that is not good, and it's a lot more concerning, which is items that you buy with real money in the website not being delivered or simply disappearing. It unfortunately happened to me now. I will show you what I mean by that. I have a skin, a paint in my C1, which you've seen a number of times. That cool looking gold, black and gold paint on my C1, my Spirit C1. It is no longer there. It's just missing. Guys, these are items you buy with real money. You don't fuck around with this. You don't screw around with something you paid real money for. I should have it right here, the Olympia paint. It's not there. It's one thing to have items bought in game wiped. It's something very different when you pay cash for something that's not delivered. It's actually against the law to not provide a service that someone paid for. This is basically the way it is everywhere in the world. If you sold something, you have to deliver it. And yeah, sure, I guess if you get asked your money back, they should not have much of an excuse not to give your money back. If you're not able to use, and I know that this has happened for people even with not just items like paints, with entire ships that they bought in game. It's not there. And here's where they may try to screw you over by giving you credit. No. I don't want damn credit. I paid for something. You're not delivering it. You're not selling me something else. And even less so when that something else that you're telling me to settle with may disappear in the next patch. So it is very concerning, and I'm talking out of experience because I asked what it is that you can do. And usually the reply is going to be, well, wait for the next patch. So you're supposed to do what? Wait 6 months until they maybe return what you paid for? You know, some of these things are $3. Some of them are like 15, 20 bucks. And man, the ships you're talking about, maybe hundreds of dollars of something that is what? Not there. So you do what? Wait and just suck it up. Whatever it is not acceptable. I know there's this option that you can melt it, basically return it for credit and buy it again. It doesn't always work because it's going to be depending on what you paid for. Imagine if you had like a CCU chain, or you had something a little bit more complicated, just straight out buying something. If that's the case, you are screwed. If you have to melt something that you build with a long discount chain, you're out of luck, right? And even more so right now, there's a bug by which if you melt and buy again, you're kicked out of the game and you cannot even log in. And I guess it will be fixed eventually at some time when it's convenient and they feel like doing it. But my point is this, guys. We are right now in starting with an event, and people will go buy stuff. My advice is be extremely careful what you spend money for here. Any single cent you spend here, assume that you're throwing it away, and you may not even get the ship you're paying for in the next patch, or this one, or tomorrow. It's been the case that people have been left without even being able to log in for months. For months, something that you paid for, you're not able to use, and you're screwed. I mean, they could not give less of a damn. All they care is that money keeps pouring in, and it does. So as long as that happens, it will not change. They will not care more about players, backers, until they see a reaction in the monetary aspect of it. Meaning people saying, enough, I'm not paying you a damn cent until you start behaving and acting more responsibly with your backers, with your clients, right? So yeah, am I pissed? Of course, especially because you cannot just melt it and buy it again, which apparently used to be somewhat of a possible solution. So yeah, and especially because it's something that I use fairly often. It's not something that I had just there sitting in the hangar. No, it was the C1 is one of the ships you've seen me use a heck of a lot here all the time. So, final words. The event is starting right now. Up until this very moment, you probably can play for free, which is always my advice. Also, my advice is if you create an account, use my referral. You have it there below, because if you decide to buy a ship and continue playing, using the referral means you get the Marlin, which is a tiny little fighter, which apparently is very good for PvP. I'm not that kind of player, but according to Avenger 1, the Merlin is like S tier PvP if you have the skill for it or something along there. And at the very least, you have a $25 ship in your permanent hangar that should be, I repeat, should be there for good. And it usually is, but sometimes it can be that it's not, like in this case where I have something from my permanent hangar missing. So be responsible. Don't throw more money at this than you're willing to lose. My advice is go for the cheapest ship. Usually it's going to be an Aurora for 45 bucks, maybe the Titan for a little bit more. If there's something at a nice discount right now, maybe go with that. I'll check later to see what they come up with and give you my advice based on what I see. But I also want to do this, which is absolute transparency and honesty with when they screw up and when this may end up affecting you directly. Yeah, it sucks. And eventually I guess there will be a solution, but for now, you're kind of out of luck. Or at least I am. I hope that's not the case for you. If you decide to embark in this beautiful, crazy, and controversial adventure that is Star Citizen. Guys, see you next time. Take care. Have an awesome day.